What it is, my good-looking, beautiful friends known as the Wolves, fellow Wolvians, Wolvettes, Lovettes, Loves, Wilsons, Drum Ghouls, Pickets, and all the above, and all of you beautiful people out there. Thanks for tuning in. The Wolf Pack is about to get started. So thank you for chiming in. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe, and especially if you like the video, give it a thumbs up because now we're up to 6 people who don't like some of my videos. So we got to make sure we outdo those people, so that the algorithm can say, oh, he is doing the right job. He's providing the right information. So we're going to promote that information. So thank you guys who support the videos. And to you 6 people out there, I don't know. There's something you guys need a hug. But anyway, let's get going. So, all right. So this particular form we are talking about the SF 181. Now, what is the SF 181? Okay, so this is a U.S. Office of Personnel Management Guide to Personnel Data Standards form for ethnicity and race identification. Now, you might get this upon your date of employment. I do believe that it's optional, but this is also something that you can have in assisting with proving your identity, assist with your various cases and situations. So let's take a closer look. So the first question up here at the top, they ask you for your last name, comma, then your first name, and then your middle initial. Now we know that this is your legal name, okay? And then next they ask you for your social security number and your birth date in the form of the month and the year. Okay. Interesting, they don't have the actual date. Well, this says date maybe in the front there. Okay. So then the next line is agency use only, so you leave that blank. And then they're going to say basically due to their information request, blah, 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 blah. They ask you once again for your social. They say basically if you don't give them your social that they're going to use other agencies within their powers to find it out anyway. Most of you guys should have done your SS5 already. Bling. If you haven't watched that, type in SS-5 or SS5, James C. Lovett, and it'll pull up that particular video. All right. So even though providing this information is voluntary, to do so will have no effect on your employment status. So once again, this can help you with your employment status, can help you out with your cases, because you're basically identifying yourself. So now let's jump down a little bit. First question, are you Hispanic or Latino? So this is going to be from my perspective, guys. This is my experience, my truth from my perspective. So you have to do what's right for you and yours. And remember, as always, all of my videos, all of my materials, everything, the websites, and everything is all education and entertainment based only. Okay. So moving forward, it says number 2. Don't do it right now. Pay attention to the video. Please select the racial category or categories in which you mostly closely identify. How do you identify yourself? Okay, by placing an X in the appropriate box as supplied. Now, we're going to jump around here, and I'm just going to go with, they have American Indian or Alaskan Native, Asian, then it says Black or African American, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and then white. Now, for me personally, okay, and I always get asked this because I've been asked if I was Egyptian, Spanish, Puerto Rican, and some other interesting things. So the reason for this look is because I have African American ancestry. I've got Apache in Native American, French Creole, Cherokee, British, and which is also related to some of our family being Australian. We've got some royalty on the British side. Actually have our own flag and crest and all that stuff. It's kind of weird. But anyway, so like I said, also we've got, like I said, the white. So we've got white, Native American, black. So I could easily check off all three for me personally. Um, because let's start with American Indian, okay, which in all actuality, they prefer native. Indian is actually a somewhat derogatory term. And if you didn't know this, so is the word Inuit, okay? They don't really like that. Calling an Eskimo person, let me say this correctly, calling it a person who's Inuit, but Americans call them Eskimos, actually like calling them the N word. They don't really care for that. So if they're from Alaska, use the word Inuit first. Otherwise, my friend Shauna might come in well, stab you with a spear or something, which is also a derogatory term as well. So erase that part. All right. So an American Indian or American Native is somebody who was born in America, the North American or South American continent. Well, I don't know about you, but I personally was born here. So let's take a closer look. It says a person having origins. Okay, so a person. Well, we know that usually means a corporation, but we'll leave that alone for now. Okay, origins, meaning the original. So the original you, okay, where did you come from? It says a person, not your family, whose family. It doesn't say whose predecessor and ancestral family. It says a person. Okay, so a person, obviously they're talking about me, having origins, okay, where did I come from? In any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America. I was born here. And who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. Well, my family is a part of the community, and I am still attached to them, and they were all born here as well. And most people out there have not taken charge of your last name, which is your nation, your tribe, your clan, um, and whatever else you want to call it. Okay, it's your nation. And so we together, I formed my own nation. I took back my heritage. So yes, we do have a tribe, the tribe of Lovetts. That's who we are. We were born in North America, so we have a North American name. All right, a given name, a tribal name. Okay, not a legal name. There's a difference. Okay, if you haven't seen that, watch some other videos. I think legal name versus given name. But yes, your legal name is your name within the corporation, your assumed name, your actor name. Okay. Asian, obviously not. And so check it out. This is why. Now, my son could get away with this. Either that or these Pacific Islanders. So, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Malaysia, Japan, Korea, Pakistan, Philippine Islands. So, once again, that it matches in there, which I don't know why they would then include it down here, but they do. So, it's whatever. So yeah, that one wouldn't qualify for me. Now you go to black or African American. I don't like the term black because black is a color that is not a race. So I am not an entity devoid of color, even though I always seem to be wearing black and bad black wolf, bad wolf. Anyway, so but African American. Well, why would you even put American in there? Because if you're asking about African ancestry, why would you say so? Unless, of course, you want to go by the fact that the black people were some of the first indigenous people here, along with the native people. There's a thing too in there, okay? We won't even talk about the whole Americans, Moors, and America being, meaning the ancient translation was the land of the serpent kings or priests. And well, it's you guys don't know about that stuff. All right. So anyway, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Why didn't they just say groups of Africa? Why does it have to be black, devoid of color, racial groups of Africa? Because if you're devoid of color, wouldn't that be white? Just saying. All right. So I am a person who has African ancestry. So yes, I could actually check that both of these two boxes, but I was born here. You asked me where my origins were. You didn't say where my family, my predecessors' origins were. So next one is Hawaii. Same thing with that. White. Same thing with this. Now here's what's interesting. They say a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, Middle East, or Northern Africa. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but white people did not originate from Northern Africa. Okay? There's a long story about that. But if you are born there and then now you're moving forward, then yes, then it would be original. Okay. So, but originally back in the day, that was not the case. However, if you guys want to hear a story, and I don't care about color, you guys should know that by now. But there's a story, an African folktale of where actually white people came from. And there's a story that's called Jacob, the big headed scientist, or the large headed scientist, the alien scientist, but Jacob. So look up the story. It's actually kind of interesting how essentially this particular person or being, I'll let you decide and determine when you get the information for yourself, that in fact he didn't go along with his fellow brethren who were of the same persuasion. And so he took all of the lighter colored people that he could and basically traveled away from there with this group of people until everybody in there were bred to be the lightest possible colors. And then that's when the white version of these genes came out. And then he only would allow those people who were pure white to have sex with each other until they created the white race. And because they were shunned by other people of color in Africa, they were all pushed north to the Caucasus Mountains to become cavemen and to be known as the Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains. The cave, interesting. All right. Anyway, enough history. So that's it. And here's what's interesting. It doesn't ask you to sign anything to make this a binding agreement or anything like that. So if you wanted to, sure, you could sign it. Or you could also put a little spot on there, sign it, and get it notarized if you want. But this is just some information. Now you have a document claiming your ethnicity. All right? That's all I'm going to say. Do with thine information as you shall. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget, if you like this and content I do provide, don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe. And a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. You know why? Because for the people who don't like the information, I don't know why you keep coming back here and listening to me. So I'm just going to waste some time, and you got to watch me do stuff just to give me a thumbs down for the haters out there. I just love teasing those guys because it's funny. It's always the same number. It's like either 4 or 6. It's like the same people like, that guy's on, let's go give him a hard time, which I don't even care because I can't see who you are, so it doesn't really matter. I just like to have fun. You guys are giving me more material to work with, so thank you for that. But to the rest of you beautiful, awesome, intelligent people out there who are self-governing, thank you, thank you, thank you. Support your boy any kind of way. You should know the drill by now. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Go get some food, fun, whatever else starts with F. And, oh, by the way, today is my birthday. So thank you for the gift. And thank you guys for the gift of watching me. And I'll talk to you later. I got more videos because we got more fire coming. And don't forget to check out the private section for those people who want to join the Wolf Pack because it's getting hot. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.